Really good at intros, but this is me. This is that guy or whatever. I don't give a fuck what you call me, nigga. Not nigga, but that's kind of racist. But I'll teach you the basics on jets today, like maneuvering and stuff. So I'll show you what I run on my jet right now, real quick. So for my jet, I run 25 millimeter. For my stealth jet, I run 25 millimeter cannons because 30 millimeter cannons, it takes forever for each shot to hit the target. I mean, that's just personal preference, but 20 millimeters is just too slow, not too slow, but too fast, and it doesn't give that amount of power as the 25 millimeters cannon do. I'm just more used to that. Use laser guided because if you use heat seekers or any other lock-on missiles, then that means you're pussy and you don't appreciate the jet lifestyle. Like, that's just proven fact. Countermeasure, you want to use ECM jammer because it can easily get you out of situations that you're getting locked onto by enemy jets or enemy ground vehicles or anything like that. So ECM jammer is like easily one of the best choices you can put on a jet or a helicopter in that matter. Now for the upgrade, I use gyro stabilizer because in those moments where a rocket does come and hits you and like completely avoid your ECM jammer, you want to be able to have like complete control of your aircraft, because if without a gyro stabilizer you'll just eventually crash and into the ground and burn, and you don't want that to happen. Gyro stabilizer is like really helpful when you get hit by an enemy rocket and you can just go back to base. It's like easier to control. Alright, so remember this setup: 25 millimeter cannons, laser guided, ECM jammer, or gyro stabilizer. Paint doesn't matter. Stealth jets, 30 millimeter cannons because it's the only thing there. Secondary weapon, you can use anything but heat seekers because, like I said, if you want to learn how to become good, you gotta be able to get used to using the gun. So heat seekers is like a handicap, and no excuses basically. ECM jammer to get out of those tough situations, like I said, and gyro stabilizer just so you can like at least stay up. You know what I mean? Like, just so you can't crash and burn. That's what I'm trying to say. This setup is just like to basically survive. Okay, now we're gonna look on to my options. And so my options may differ from yours. And what I run on my options is a veteran button layout because I'm very used to the Battlefield 3 button layout, and compared to the default, I feel that the veteran is just more accessible because the throttle down and throttle up is the triggers instead of being the stick. So I just find that to be more helpful, and the fire weapon is the left bumper instead of being the right trigger, which I find that to also be helpful because like I said, I'm very used to Battlefield 3 controls. And for my jet buttons, I run southpaw. Now I don't know what this makes a difference because I'm just more used to southpaw because of Ace Combat. Ace Combat is like top 5 favorite games of all time. So this is basically what I run on my jet, and well, my jet controls. But it really helps me. It's all due to personal preference. But I'm just showing you just in case you want to try it and see if you like it or anything like that. Like if you find that this is more helpful to you than the default button layout or whatever you already had before, then I use this in case you want to adapt these controls to your gameplay. But yeah, this is just like my preferences. Okay, now we are actually going to drive a jet, and what I'm going to show you is basically not maneuvers but how to basically drive your jet. And this right here is just like what I feel, well, yeah, it's what I'm really used to. It's just to show. Alright, so look at that number on the top left in that box. You see that 327 that keeps changing up and down? You want to make sure that you keep that number in between 304 and 320, because between 304 and 320 is where you can get the most maximum amount of speed and still be able to be really agile and fly around your opponent. And most like I've seen this when I've been playing online against other jet players. Most jet players don't even look at this number. Like they do the throttle thing that they do, But see, I'm not even using the throttle thing to maintain my speed. The throttle boost or whatever is just, it's just like as if it helps them, but you technically don't need it. So yeah, make sure to keep that number between 304 and 320. Now for aiming, this is one of the hardest things that some people can learn, but what I've done to help my aiming is play air superiority if you have the map packs, or just plain up practice on enemy snipers that are on mountains or something. Like that can actually help you be on target, and so you'll eventually get used to shooting at your enemies that they're flying around and everything, and you want to make sure that you'll be able to get used to them. And now one of the tips I do have is that when you're firing at them, do not empty your entire clip, because that's how you overheat your guns. You want to burst fire to get used to firing at enemy jets and not waste your entire gun onto nothing, and then when you have a clear shot you won't have enough ammo for it. So yeah, you basically, yeah, these are the tips I have. Of course, with some experienced jet flyers, you will have, most of the time they will know what you're doing, so you want to put in some maneuvers to avoid that. And if you guys want to know maneuvers, just like tell me or something. I mean, I don't give a fuck, I have nothing to do, so let me know. And if you want more firing tips or anything like that, I'll gladly do those as well. I'll even do one-on-one jet fights, not one-on-one jet fights, but against other players that I think are good. So I'm out. Peace.